Hi guys, it's me, it's Emil. Sorry I wasn't here last week, but I wasn't feeling that good. This week we're going to be talking about internalized transphobia, and to explain it really briefly, if you don't know what internalized transphobia is, it's basically if you're trans and you think that it's okay to be trans, you know that it's okay, but you still have these thoughts that pop up into your head. Maybe that you shouldn't be feminine if you're a trans guy, maybe you misgender yourself in your head, maybe you misgender other people in your head, and stuff like that. Like thoughts pop up into your head that, or feelings that you don't agree with if you think about it, but it's still there. It's something that you have learned and internalized and taken into yourself, even if you don't really agree with it. I think internalized transphobia is something that we all have inside of us, at least a grain of, unless we have really worked to get rid of it, so it's something that we all have to work with in our own way. I'm going to be talking about things that have to do with the downstairs area, so if you don't want to hear about that, I'm not going to use any, like words for it or anything like that, but if you don't want to hear about that, then you probably shouldn't watch this video. Just a content warning. I sometimes feel weird about my downstairs area, and I don't know if it's actually bottom dysphoria and I need bottom surgery to get rid of it, or if it's internalized transphobia. So this is an issue that is really difficult to unravel within myself, because obviously it could be that society has taught me through like the norms that a man should not have these parts, that if you're a man and if you are like a masculine individual, you should have other downstairs parts, you should look different, or that if you're a man you could look like this but you shouldn't like feel okay about it. I think that's where I'm at. I think I've done enough work to realize that a man doesn't have to have like a flat chest, and a man doesn't have to have, a penis to be a man. I think I'm at that point because if I see like a picture of a trans guy and he doesn't have a flat chest, nothing happens in my head to say that that's wrong or that anything out of the ordinary is happening there, because that's just been normalized to me, and I'm really happy about that. So now I'm at that point. So I think for me it's that I think something in me might be telling me that it's okay that I'm a man and I have these parts, that's okay. But something inside me might be telling me that I should not feel happy with this. I should want to change this. Obviously that's the truth for a lot of people, and that's completely okay, and you're not automatically letting your internalized transphobia rule your bending to society's norms and standards just because you have a certain surgery or if you have dysphoria about a certain thing. But I think it's also worth recognizing that some things that you are insecure about, that you think you may be dysphoric about, may actually have to do with internalized transphobia, with the way that society has taught you to look at your own body. Now obviously we cannot dictate how this is for other people, I don't think we should, but we can look into ourselves and try to analyze this and see how we feel about it. It's very hard to think about it, because for me, if I wanted bottom surgery, it would also be a safety issue, because I do want to travel a lot in my life, and if I had like a different downstairs area, and particularly if I had like a natural bulge and if I could stand to pee, then I would feel a lot safer traveling around the world, like backpacking and camping and stuff like that. So that's also an aspect that complicates this, because it would make me feel safer and thus calmer if I had a different downstairs area, But if I try my best to discard that and just look at how I feel about my own body, it's still very difficult to tell if it's actually bottom dysphoria and I need bottom surgery, if it's internalized transphobia, because my feelings about my downstairs area fluctuate, and sometimes I am really dysphoric about it and I know that it's dysphoria, and I feel like I really need bottom surgery, and sometimes like I never really feel great about it, but sometimes it's sometimes I can deal with it, and sometimes I just have a lot of like trans pride, and I'm like, yes, this is my body, this is good. Even if I could snap my fingers and just like have a different parts down there, then I would do it. Like I would always do it. But yeah, like it's hard and I haven't come to any conclusion, so this video is not going to land in any conclusion, except that it's not only is it interesting to think about, it's also good. I think it's healthy. I do think, and I do know, that internalized transphobia is something that you can work with and get rid of, at least to an extent. If you consciously work with it and you catch yourself and you learn to recognize what thoughts are internalized transphobia, then you can actually get rid of it. I just don't really know how to do that when it comes to my own feelings about my downstairs area, because I don't want to just discard those feelings, because if they are bottom dysphoria, then I need to deal with them and I need to figure out what to do and what decisions to make. I definitely think that a part of those thoughts and feelings are internalized transphobia, and I do think that certain aspects of those feelings are aspects that I could actually get rid of. I do think that I could make myself feel better about my own body just through working with my internalized transphobia and recognizing it, because when you recognize what it is, I think that's how you get rid of it. You recognize what it is, you say, this is internalized transphobia, I know that, and when you've caught yourself with your like internal transphobic thoughts enough times, that's when they disappear. I think at first you think a thought, then you recognize it as internalized transphobia, and then you change that thought into something else. And then after a while it goes quicker and quicker and quicker, and then it happens automatically, and then it doesn't happen at all. I don't know if I made a lot of sense, but I think I have to stop filming now. Before I leave, my mom wants to come and say Happy New Year.
Has to be proper.
Yes.
Happy New Year. Hello?
Okay.